step down. There is no, I'm here to say, listen, we can't have this. He has to step down. There is no options. He must step down. We're calling on the chief judge to immediately remove him from the bench.
In a statement issued by Hulsey's campaign, he disputes the allegations, saying, "These false allegations have been a poorly kept secret hanging over me like a cloud for months. I'm pleased that the Judicial Qualification Commission has concluded its initial investigation and that I will now have an opportunity to respond to them in a public forum."
A local group of pastors is now demanding a judge accused of making inappropriate racial comments to step down.
If he doesn't step down and he's reelected, then it's going to be another serious problem happening in this community.
That was part of the message, demanding that Judge Mark Hulsey III leave the bench. We first told you about the derogatory comments he's accused of making towards women and African Americans on Wednesday. Action News Jack's Larry Spruill is live at the Duval County Courthouse for us. And Larry, those pastors call the accusations serious, and they tell you they want action now.
Tanika, those pastors tell me they're not going anywhere unless the judge either steps down or removes himself from the bench.
Why should he step down? Because he is a judge.
Pastor Frederick Newbill with First Timothy Baptist Church, along with more than a dozen local pastors, stood up front and center. Their message loud and clear.
He must be removed from probate. We don't need him on the bench.
The Judicial Qualifications Commission found probable cause to bring formal charges against Judge Mark Hulsey III. He is accused of inappropriate behavior towards staff and making derogatory comments about women and African Americans, according to the JQC. The report claims Judge Hulsey referred to lead staff attorney as the B word and a C word. He also made racial statements about black people in 2011, stating they should go back on a ship and go back to Africa. But Wednesday, a group of black attorneys defended the judge.
If anything should show the type of person he is, the meeting of us together today exemplifies the type of person he is.
How can 10 black lawyers from this community come forward and says, you know, he's a good man?
These pastors call the accusations serious.
We will not go away. I promise you that.
And those pastors tell me they will protest outside this courthouse if need be, unless the judge steps down. Reporting live outside the Duval County Courthouse, I'm Larry Spruill, CBS 47, Action News Jacks.
Facing rare House impeachment probe, judge abruptly resigns. Duval Circuit Judge Mark Hulsey III, the subject of an investigation over allegations that he made sexist and racially insensitive comments from the bench, abruptly resigned his Jacksonville area judgeship Monday on the eve of the start of a highly unusual impeachment investigation by the legislature. Hulsey, 66, was already the focus of a probe by the Judicial Qualifications Commission for having allegedly called a female staff attorney a bitch and a C and for saying blacks should get back on a ship and go back to Africa. He also was accused of using demeaning language toward women lawyers on his staff, comparing them to cheerleaders who talk during the national anthem. According to the formal complaint against Hulsey, he tried to influence what his judicial assistant would tell the JQC in its investigation. Your conduct represents an interference with the JQC's inquiry process and your JA, judicial assistant, was temporarily resigned to prevent further interference, the JQC report said. In all, Hulsey was accused of 18 separate violations of the canons of judicial ethics and a violation of state election law, for claiming to have a number of endorsements without securing those endorsements in writing. Hulsey has disputed the allegations in filings with the Florida Supreme Court. The JQC's notice of formal charges was filed with the court last July, but Hulsey narrowly won re-election to a 6-year term even after the allegations received wide media attention in Jacksonville. The chief judge in the Jacksonville area circuit is Mark Mahone, a former Republican member of the Florida House. The House Public Integrity and Ethics Committee, which meets Tuesday in Tallahassee, had an unexplained item on its agenda entitled Actionable Items, Report on Preliminary Findings. A House investigator was to have presented a report on Hulsey's case, and the panel's chairman, Representative Larry Metz, Aryalaha, was expected to seek a committee vote to subpoena a series of witnesses. Hulsey short-circuited the legislature's action by resigning. He resigned under the threat of the investigation, House Speaker Richard Corcoran, Land O'Lakes, said Monday. The Florida Times-Union reports that uncertainty over Hulsey's status as a judge has affected the court system's case backlog. Mahone reassigned Hulsey to probate cases after the case broke last summer. Hulsey's resignation letter, sent Monday to Governor Rick Scott by email and hand delivery, said, "I hereby tender my resignation as a judge of the Circuit Court of the State of Florida, 4th Judicial Circuit, Group 25, effective this 23rd day of January, 2017 at 10:15 a.m. He added, "It has been an honor and privilege to serve the people of the state of Florida. It has been nearly 40 years since the Florida legislature impeached a judge for improper behavior. The last judge to be removed from the bench by the legislature was Sam Smith, a circuit judge in Lake City, who was tossed in 1978 following his conviction in a marijuana conspiracy case in North Florida."
Hey, Sheriff, we have a question about why your office, your intelligence division, is investigating private citizens for criminal investigation that happen to be activists that are overseeing your department. Why would you have your intelligence division investigate private citizens? We have done... Sir, we don't hate anyone. We love freedom and we love American people. And government is out of control. That's why you're seeing such a revolt nationwide. Why can't you just answer, why is Susan Edwards, your intelligence division, investigating private citizens? This should not happen.
Are you here to apply for a job?
Possibly I might be applying for a job, but that's irrelevant to my question. Why would you ask that question?
Well, enjoy the fair.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Excuse you?
Excuse me, sir.
So those of you that haven't
Wow.
been on a bike before,
Sheriff's getting a little too pushy. You work for us, Sheriff. Just keep that in mind. At one time we respected you, but not with that type of attitude.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is if I got some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head, help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.